Hey everybody, so this video is going to be about the spiritual ego. The spiritual ego is actually a trap that I think is quite hard to get out of. Like you just see so many people falling for this trap, and I'm talking about people, who practice spirituality, who are into spirituality, and who want to like achieve some sort of spiritual enlightenment or achieve inner peace. And then you see that so many of them, um, they become so attached to their thoughts rather than acknowledging that you are not your thoughts. You have like this trap called the spiritual ego who produces certain thoughts, and then if you become attached to those thoughts and identify with them and you know kind of like go with that, then you become this person who you could call a fake guru or whatever. Like some people are just so um lost in that spiritual ego that I think they are actually less developed and less evolved as a soul than your average person. And I really mean that because I've had a period in my life that was 10 years ago that I was on Facebook. I was on Facebook groups about spirituality and so on, about how the world is waking up and we're evolving. We're you know this is an amazing time to be alive in, and many amazing things are going to happen. And there is this transition going on. Yeah, there is absolutely. But then at that time, it's like so many people started calling themselves star seeds and stuff like that. I i just don't resonate with it at all. Why do you need to identify as a spiritual being? Like that, I think that's how it starts. Like the spiritual ego sucks you in. You are this or that, and you start behaving that way. And when does it go too far? Like if you start saying to everybody, like absolutely everybody, hey, I'm a star seed, hey, I'm a spiritual enlightened being, that's spiritual ego. Because if you're humble, if you're awake and conscious, you're not going to be like saying to everybody, hey, look at me, look at me. I am very special. I am, some sort of being from another galaxy who came here to Earth to save you all. That's like the opposite of being humble. So that never resonated with me. And there was actually this time that I was working at a call center. It was like, many years ago, more than 10 years ago. And there was a guy there, 40 years old, who was also calling himself a starseed. And he was just a complete asshole. Like if I would have to compare him to the average person, it's like he was just very judgmental, and he was like really giving me like really fucked up advice. Like he would say like, oh, you like that girl, oh, she has a boyfriend, oh, it doesn't matter, just go sleep with her, and you shouldn't concern yourself with our boyfriend will feel betrayed and hurt and so on. Like what kind of advice is that? Like that is like the most selfish thing that you can do. Just break up a relationship because you think the girl is attractive, and you actually have the ability to seduce her because he's very attracted to you. So that happened to me at the time. And the other things happened as well, that he would just give me these remarks like insults over nothing. And it really gave me an idea of what kind of person I'm dealing with, and what kind of people um, call themselves starseeds. Now, I'm not making this video to insult people who call themselves that, but I'm just giving my opinion. I don't resonate with it. I don't think it's good to um, you know call yourself that. It's not like it's your job. Of course, they believe that they are here. People who call themselves star seeds and light workers, they believe they are here to assist in the transition to a new age where world peace can be established. But even if that's true, you don't have to shout from the rooftop that you're a star seed. Anybody who does that, I cannot take seriously. And I think that person is too much caught in that trap, the spiritual ego. And then one of the worst things that you will see is that you have people who want to correct everything and everybody, which is hilarious, and it must be extremely exhausting. Like, even like one of my favorite, there was this woman who does tarot cards, and she has a YouTube channel, and I don't think I should mention her name because I don't want to insult her, but I always liked her tarot card readings, like about angels or something. I just liked it. I got something out of it. But then she started saying that people who have a certain belief, like that there's only God, that everything is one, that these people are crazy and that they are evil. I was like, oh my God, seriously? You really have to go out of your way to correct them and do it on your own YouTube channel? Like, everybody should be allowed to believe in something that makes them feel good. And even if that's not the truth, so what? If that works for them, let them believe that. Okay? So in my YouTube channel, it's like, I have a certain belief, but I'm not like forcing that belief. Like, if it helps you, great. If it doesn't, it's okay. Maybe there are other parts in other videos that do help you heal emotionally, that do help you evolve a little bit more spiritually. And that's what it is about. You should just collect pieces of truth, or pieces of information, if you will, that give you a vision that makes you feel good about yourself, that makes you feel good about life. So not everybody needs to have the same vision or perception. Of course, older souls have much broader perceptions than younger souls. If you explain to a younger soul that there's such a thing as reincarnation, they're just not going to agree with you ever, no matter how hard you try to convince them, because they just do not have the ability to see that that is how life works yet. They have a lot of growing to do before they can have like a very broad perception that allows them to see more and more spiritual truths. And everybody is in a different, or has achieved a different level. And only if you achieve like the very high level can you really understand, why the universe created life, what the purpose is of life. And it's actually all very simple. And it's not complicated at all. And the more complicated you make things, the further away you stray from the truth. So when we're talking about spiritual ego, of course, correcting is making things complicated, right? So you're actually going away from the truth, away from love, because love does not correct. It just sees and knows that everything is divine, everything is the way it should be. You don't have to correct everything. You don't have to look at things and think, oh, that is not the truth. This is the truth. Like, if you have to do that every day, you'll just exhaust yourself. And it's just hilarious to see some people do that. And I don't think that those people are evolved at all. They will, of course, claim to be evolved beings. But then if you look at their behavior, which is very childish, like correcting even the Bible and correcting what Jesus said, because that's what I saw, I was just laughing. Like, even if what Jesus said is not the entire truth or only partially the truth, you don't have to correct him, because that was perfect for the people who were following him. And that was perfect for him at that time, to believe in that, to see things in that specific way. So you don't have to correct that, because it's divine as it is. So what the spiritual ego especially does is try to correct, try to be right. Like, look at me, I'm the wisest. Look at me, I'm so wise. I know everything. Well, unfortunately, you don't know everything. In fact, it's God that knows everything, and God lives inside of us. I call it the heart space, The heart knows everything, and you can connect to that space, and you can get inspiration. You can get information and wisdom that helps you in your personal journey. And that wisdom is the wisdom that you need to fulfill your destiny. And your journey is your journey, right? So everybody receives different kind of information from God, from the universe. Everybody receives different kinds of information and wisdom that they need. So everybody's going to have a different perception, because everybody has a different journey. So if we know that, then what is the point of correcting people or judging them? No, we all have our own path. There's nothing to judge. There's just, so many souls finding their way home, learning and growing in their own way. And it's all okay. And the journey is the gift. So it's okay to start at level one as a newbie, as a young soul. And it's okay to be an old soul who had many lives already. It's all okay. It's all divine. We're all, equal worthy. I guess we're not equal because there are major differences in levels of consciousness, but we're definitely equal worthy because we all stem from the same source. We're all one. There's just different levels, different avatars, different journeys, and that's it. So people who actually want to correct and judge and overanalyze everything, those are the people who just don't get it, and you should not listen to those people, in my opinion. So when I look at spiritual teachers, trying to correct everything, like I said, it's just pointless to listen to them because they are not at the point that they can see that you should just live your life, follow your path, and do what your heart tells you to do. And it definitely does not come from the heart, this kind of behavior where you feel obligated to try to correct everybody. Like, oh, you shouldn't think that Jesus is the savior. Oh, that is not true. This is what you should think. Oh, you should be only vegan. If you are not vegan, then you're never going to achieve spiritual enlightenment. Oh, if you don't practice yoga, you're never going to achieve spiritual enlightenment. This type of yoga is the best way to achieve peace. All bullshit. You know what is the best way to achieve peace? Self-love. You just got to find your true self, and you do that by developing a good relationship with yourself, with the universe. That's it. And everybody is allowed to do that in the way they want to. There's no such thing as, oh, this is best for everybody. No, that might be best for you. It's not best for everybody. Okay? So that's just how it is. And I just really wanted to make this video to make clear that you should not listen to spiritual ego, but to your heart. That is the only source of purity that will help you find your peace. Just follow your path. Don't listen too much to other people, especially not people who come from a place of negativity. Thank you for watching.